Hey everybody, and get ready for an amazing post-season interview with our first catfish and your favorite Seaburn. Just get ready, everyone. Like, obviously, I think you already know the shows have already happened after I do these intros. I'm just filling you guys in on the fact that it's going to be an amazing show. And to remind all of you that if you missed it when it was live, you should have been following us on the TV Co app, myself at Reality Recaps, Nicole at Nicole Anthony, so that you would be alerted when we go live in the TV Co app. Then you get to chat with chat, ask your questions live. You can watch all the shows back in the TV Co app as well. But yes, of course, I put them here for you guys, for those of you that don't want to move, because this is where you're used to them at yourrealityrecaps.com. Now, you can see the Circle shows at yourrealityrecaps.com/the Circle, but if you go to our, main address, yourrealityrecaps.com, you can check out all of our shows from Amazing Race to Big Brother to Survivor, RuPaul's Drag Race, Bravo recaps, and on and on and on. So check it all out over there. Or if you're watching in YouTube, don't forget, thumbs up and subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment below. It really helps support our shows, as does leaving a 5-star rating and a nice review if you are listening on any podcast provider like iTunes. Of course, sharing our content on social media, putting it in places where you think people might like it, is another great free way to help support our shows without you guys spreading the word, interacting with us, following and sharing. That's what helps us know that you like what we're doing and you want us to keep doing it. Of course, you can financially help support our shows by becoming a patron. Just head over to yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. Patrons get access to the patron-only group, prize giveaways just for patrons, weekly shows just for patrons, the after shows with house guests where we talk about the stuff we can't talk about live on the air, and so much more. You could also do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. We really appreciate all your support. That being said, let's go jump into the show. Get ready, everyone. I promise it's gonna be excellent. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another special post-season interview show with your favorite and our first catfish, Seaburn. How are you doing? But first, how are you doing, Nicole?
I'm doing well. I just want to see Seaburn.
Well, then, Nicole, tell the people, where can they see all of our past interviews if they missed them?
Oh, you can watch all of our past interviews with Joey and Miranda and Sammy on the TV Co app at Your Reality Recaps. They're all there. We've had a grand old time with everybody. And this time, it's Seaburn's turn. I'm so excited. Our first catfish.
Well, in that case, Nicole, let's get him over here, everybody.
Okay.
It's Seaburn!
What up? What's shaking? How's everybody? What's going on?
Seaburn, welcome to Circle Chat.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so pumped to be here with you guys. Let's do it.
I have to say, I was a little bit sad. I was almost expecting Rebecca.
Oh man, listen. She is currently at work.
Okay.
So I couldn't bring her today. And I wanted her to be here as much as possible, but she was like, no, I have to work. And I was like, oh babe, no.
Oh,
but you could always answer some questions as Rebecca,
Yes, we're going to talk about menstruation in a few minutes, so I am sure.
Oh, this is beautiful. I'm here for it. I'm like the pro at it right now. Let's just Mother Nature's stuff. Right. I got my bases covered.
We need to see what you've learned, Seaburn. Now, look, this show is all about you guys in chat. There are so many of you here already, so don't forget, you can start leaving your questions in chat right now. You can tweet me them or tweet anybody them. Just make sure your tweet has hashtag YRR live in it, and we can pull it up here in Circle Chat. And of course, click the 3 little buttons at the top and share the show. We're sharing.
I like this.
It's dance party, and I look like an old man today. I was feeling sick, and I was like, I'm putting on a shawl sweater, and didn't realize until I got in front of the camera that I look like an old man. I'm catfishing myself.
You remind me of Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins.
Thank you.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Chim chimney.
All you got to do is say, oh, I've come here to the interview just to make sure y'all was good.
No, I feel like I want to break out into a musical number. That would be
Let's do
Oh,
it.
no,
Oh, you
better
gotta grab an
yet.
umbrella.
Yeah, exactly. Better
You gotta
yet.
grab an umbrella.
I, I know, I wish I had one. I don't have one over here. I was gonna wear the onesie, Seaburn. You and I have the same onesie.
This is true.
I was wearing it in honor of you when we were doing our watch parties. I was
Yep.
like, that's my onesie.
Your onesie brothers.
We are. I love it.
What about me?
Oh God. Oh God. We're onesie brothers. It's beautiful.
Wow.
Nicole,
This
it's
is deep.
onesie bros, not onesie ho. No, I can't even call Nicole a ho as a joke. I can't even do
Did you
it.
just call me a hoe?
No, I stopped myself. I couldn't even
Eric!
do it. I couldn't. It
Not
was,
in front of our guests. What's wrong with you?
I know, Nicole, I stopped myself. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it, Nicole. I'm gonna get you a onesie now. But what
I
do we
don't
call
want it.
what, Nicole?
Oh my God.
Nicole, what
Yes.
can we call ourselves? We can be like the onesie.
Wonder Twins.
Okay.
Like, yeah, yeah. With the little rings and stuff, and they connect, and they can transform into like something cool.
Okay.
I like that.
I like it. I
Better
like
than two bros and a hoe, Eric.
it.
That's
Too
worse.
bad.
That's just bad. It's like 2.5 men, and you really have like a midget with you.
Yes, that
Shout
is.
out to the people. I love you.
We love everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody-
Chat is going to kill us. I also think
Yeah, sorry.
I'm not sure if I saw it correctly, but I think even maybe Sammy is in chat right now watching.
Yeah, what's up? Damn.
Hi, Sammy. So I want to get into your first question from chat, and it is from Rachel Ann, but you're getting it from a bunch of people. Wants to know
Hey, what's going on, guys?
if you played the game again, would you play as yourself, or would you want to be a catfish again?
Truthfully, I kind of would just go back in as a catfish. It was a lot of fun. It also spiced up the game, and at the end of the day, as I said, it was a game, and it was just something to do that was different because everyone was going in as themselves. So I was like, you know what? Let me have a little fun and mess with do a little dance or something.
Right.
And now, if you were to go back as a catfish again, would you be a woman again, or do you think you'd try to like pick a different character?
Oh no, man! I would definitely try to pick a different character because I've conquered the element of trying to be a woman. I'd be an emotional woman. I've already found this one out, so I couldn't. I definitely would have to play my cards as a dude or like somebody else.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. Nicole, go ahead.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Heather in chat has a great question. What was your girlfriend's critique of your performance as her?
Surprisingly, she was impressed because
Really?
I actually I spoke to her prior to, and she was like, my betrayal of her was spot on, except for the whole menstruation topic, about the dad. But no, truthfully, it was spot on, and she was really impressed because I represented her properly, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Good. No, I look now. There was also I know a lot of people have been asking this question kind of in different ways. We were a little bit confused. I think it was on the finale, wasn't it, where they were like, Rebecca's not really Rebecca when they did the family interview, and it was like, but it's a different name. Can you explain like what that was about?
So, pretty much what it was is there was already a Sammy on the show.
Right.
So my girlfriend's actual name is Sammy as well. And so it would have been a lot more confusing to be like, hey, Sammy. And then you'd be like, huh? Like, which Sammy are you talking about? Like Sammy number 1 or Sammy number 2. So then I sat and I thought about a name that would be a lot of fun to play around with. And what name is better to play around with than Rebecca? Like, you got Becky with the good hair. You got Becca. You got Queen Bee. All of this stuff. It's like, you have to figure out something that's very versatile.
Right. And you went with Rebecca.
I did.
We do.
It worked.
Uh, did you learn anything? I see people in chat asking, did you learn anything from being Rebecca? Do you feel more in touch with your feminine side now? Like, did you?
Honestly,
Yeah, go ahead.
oh man, honestly, learning, I learned a lot. I learned a lot. I learned, as I told you, I have a new profound like respect for women because women have a lot that they go through that men don't see, and it's like being able to now see the other side of the grass and knowing that it isn't greener. It's like I can already say, hey, I've been there. I know that because it's just they have this burden of being a woman on top of making everything else look easy, and it's not. It's definitely not easy because I was like, I'm a dude, and I'm sitting here like, my God, I can't have all this estrogen running around on me. Like I can't do this.
How difficult was it, like, answering that group chat about like periods and everything? Like, did you stop and like really think about it for a long time?
Like honestly, I did. I hesitated because everyone was going. Bloop, bloop, bloop. It was like, hey, cramp. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm on my last day, and I'm sitting here like, I don't have one of these. I said, how does this work? Because I don't have one, and I'm sitting here, I'm asking everybody like, help me, and they was like, we can't, and I'm like, okay. I said, I got to go off of memory recall, so everything I was doing and saying was literally based off of memory recall. And one time, my girl, she had like really, really, really super crazy cramps. And they were like really bad that like one time she was like, it was hurting her left side. Like one time, so bad. And it was like a mixture of like her already being sick though. So it was like that mixture, but I didn't know she had a cold or a flu, whatever it was. So I was trying to like cater to that, but it just so happened to be on her left side, and that's what came in my head. So I was like, I get really crazy cramps on my left side, and I'm like, all I can like literally the image of her going, ow, I was like, yeah, that'll work. And
That's gonna work.
When Sean was like, wait, what? I was like, oh, nah. I was like, I gotta get out of here. I was like, I got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit. I was like, guys, I'm going to take a shower. It was so lovely to talk to you. Then I was like, yes, I'm out of here. And I was gone.
I think one of your gifts from this season accurately portrayed Nicole in that moment when we watched it. Nicole was like, huh? She was like, left side? Only left side?
But I said, like, had I been in that group chat, I'd be like, oh, damn, this girl suffers from like ovarian cysts. I'm going to connect with her about that. And I'd reach out to you and want to elaborate, and it would just go down a rabbit hole.
Although
I wasn't that crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Sammy told you, like we had Sammy on yesterday. She said you're leaving quickly, like right after that comment, and then getting out is what really made her think that you were probably a catfish.
Ah, see, it was like I was guided that way. That's the funny part. So I was like, they was like, okay, you did what you did, get out. I said, okay, I'm out of here. So they literally was like, all right, cool, you did it, get out. It was like, we're gonna end it. I said, oh, sugar digger. I said, I can't say nothing else. Like I'm looking up like voice in the sky, big boy. Like so
wow.
It was this idea where, I wanted to say something else, but I couldn't. So I was like, you know what, make a mad dash. That was the only thing I could come up with is like make a mad dash. And I was like, let me stay right there.
Yeah. Well, I just very quickly, and then I know that you have one, Nicole. I want to grab one from Twitter, from Miss Didi, and she wants to know: do you have any regrets not playing as yourself?
Honestly, I have no regrets because at the end of the day, it was a game, and it being a game, I did bring that game. I did bring myself to the game in some small way, shape, or form. Even though it wasn't me, I still got to have fun on the back end because I was going in, boy. I was doing my thing, Didi. We was right there. And of course, my reactions were always on the edge of your seat because I was like living on the edge, on a hope and a prayer. Like
Yep.
that's what I had. So no, I have truthfully no regrets. And at the end of the day, all of the guys are so freaking cool. I thought they was gonna beat me down, right? I thought they was gonna beat me up. And as I told you, Chris was gonna be in the background, like beat that bitch. Like I was like, oh man, like Joey was gonna hold me down. She was gonna be like, mm, mm, mm. Like I thought they were gonna get me, but they accepted me with open arms and like,
Mhm.
you don't hate me. I was like, yes, thank God.
I will say, like,
Go ahead, Nicole.
sorry, Eric, the two of us, like, you were one of the most entertaining to watch because, the way you would think about things before you wrote them, and even during, like, the dead time in the circle, you were, like, dancing around and doing things. And I'd like to think that hopefully, like, in future seasons of the circle, we'll see more Seaburns that are, thinking more strategically and manipulating and messing with people. Like, we didn't see a lot of that this season.
True. It was the idea that like I wanted to go in and I wanted to show something different, and at the same time, I said I wanted to have fun. So that element of like manipulation wasn't really a factor because I was already a catfish. So that was already the biggest lie that anybody can never tell is not being themselves. But within telling the lie, I did get to be myself in the background, so I made it look fun. And it was this idea where, you didn't have to do all of that because you were already knee deep in crap. So you didn't want to have to be like, oh, pull the string, pull that string. Like, ooh. Like you don't want to have to do that because, there was no need for it. You were already telling a lie. So you had to live in that lie until you were able to tell your truth.
Were you like nervous walking into that room to have to go and meet specifically, let's say, Shuby?
Shuby! I was freaking out. I didn't even go hold you. I absolutely freaked the hell out. Like I was sitting there, I almost cried because I was like, guys, they're gonna hate the hell out of me. Like they're gonna hate me. And they was like, no, they're not. No, they're not. You gotta chill, calm down. I'm sitting here shaking, and I was so freaking nervous. And I was like, they're gonna eat me for breakfast. I was like, they are literally having me for breakfast. Like I'm sitting here, I'm like pacing back and forth, like I was literally going to work, and I was like, they're gonna hate me. Shuby's not gonna be my pro. I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to go in. They was like, you have to go in. They was like, go in there. I promise you, they're not gonna beat you up. Like they're not gonna try to beat you down. And I'm like, if I get beat up, will you help me? And they was like, I promise you, babe, no one's gonna beat you up. And I said, okay. I said, I'm gonna go for it, and hopefully they don't beat me up. I said, I'm walking in.
And now, did you know walking into that room that it was only Shuby inside? Like, did you think they were all in there waiting?
No, I didn't know I didn't know who was in there. Like they don't tell you anything, so I didn't know who was in there, and I didn't know what to expect. I just knew that I was walking in, and I was probably going to get beat down, and then have some cheese or something right after, come out with an eye jammy like, I did it, and one missing tooth, like, I did it, Dad, help me. Hey.
Seaburn, this is where you and I are different. I would have walked in and tried to get people to beat me up because I would have wanted some of that Netflix money. I would have been like, please don't protect me, beat me up. I'd like to break an arm and be disabled for life, and then I'm going to own 3% of Netflix.
3% of Netflix, you come out with a nub like, hey, man, they hurt.
I am sure, as Nicole is aware from Big Brother, I'm sure that you guys have to sign your lives away, so nothing is allowed if you get hurt. But yeah, no, I must imagine that would be scary. I think Nicole and I, when we were watching it, we almost wish it was facilitated. Not that you guys didn't do a great job. I think you guys handled it the way anybody would have handled it. But I'm still mad at Shuby for just like telling, like somebody would walk in the door and Shuby would go, Rebecca, and point to you. Shuby, can we have 3 seconds? That's Rebecca.
Well, actually, what we wanted, Seaburn, was we wanted like a silhouette of Rebecca, and then the curtain drops, and you're there.
It was just that moment. I was already like nerve-wracked, and I was like, man, I was still in this idea with, I was preparing to get beat down. Like, I was going to take the beat with so much heart that I was like, you know what, after this, they have to love me because they got to beat me up. Like, I was ready. I was prepared to go out like a soldier. And I was like, I'm going down, baby. Take me. Like, I had it in my head.
In that sense, that brings us to our next question from Miss Martinez. She said, did you consider at any point in the game revealing who you really were to one person, to everybody?
Honestly, it was a thought. It was a thought. Okay. I'm not going to say that it wasn't, but I was already like, okay, no, I'm too knee deep because I was one of the first coming out of the gate. And I was already too knee deep halfway when Sean did it. And when Sean did it, I was like, I fell in love with her because I was like, I freaking love her because she felt that she couldn't tell that lie anymore. And she had to live her truth. And when she did, I loved her even more because she was just like, I'm living my life like it's golden. But for me, I was already too deep. So if I had of, it would have literally shaken the whole entire board, and like it wouldn't have had the same effect.
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah, so it definitely would have been like, wait, what the heck? And then it would have, shaken a couple boots.
I know that one of Nicole's favorite moments of the season.
Yes!
Oh,
really? What am I going to say, Nicole?
The moment when Seaburn and Alex met.
Yes.
My absolute favorite moment.
Specifically, what part, Nicole?
When you guys hug the teddy bear together.
Correct.
Oh, the bear.
Which leads me to my next Twitter question from Mind of Uniso, who says, where is Sir Bear Bear?
Sir Bear Bear is with my girlfriend, Sammy. We did a live last night on IG, and she put Sir Bear Bear on the live. So definitely check it out on my Instagram. It's there.
So what I'm hearing is that the bear was not taken back, because I thought that Alex Adam was going to fight to get the bear back. So he let you get the bear, but then you re-gifted the bear.
Yes, I got the bear. I got the bear. They actually, see, what happened was, right? So they had brought over like all my stuff, and I started freaking out when I seen it. I was like, guys, wait, Sir Bear Bear's not here. They was like, what? I was like, Sir Bear Bear's not here. You have to go get him because I need him here. He's coming home with me. And they was like, okay, we're gonna run over, get Sir Bear Bear. I was like, thank you so much, guys. I was like, but he needs to be here. I was like, I can't leave without Sir Bear Bear. I was like, that's my band, like that's my best friend. Like we've been through this. We was on the ride. He was here. So I let him know. You can't take
Sir Bear Bear was the Tammy to your Ed.
Exactly. He was like the Ebony to my Ivory. Like Sir Bear Bear.
And Bear Bear can be a lot of money in your bank account when you put them on eBay.
No, it's funny because my girlfriend actually, like 2 years prior, had asked for a big giant teddy bear.
Okay.
And I had promised her one, and we would always see like the idea of like this big giant teddy bear. So then when I came back with Sir Bear Bear, I said, Sir Bear Bear, I got someone I want you to meet. And when she seen him, she said, you got him. And I gave it.
Wow.
Sure, I got it for you.
But we have a question from the chat. Like, how relieved were you when Adam walked in and it was not Adam, it was Alex?
Oh, God. Just say, that was the greatest moment of my entire life because I had to make the hardest decision ever because if I had kept him, it would have been a benefit. But I was like, Sean had just come out to us that afternoon. So it was like, she was a catfish, but eventually she needed the opportunity to show people like, hey, look, this is me. And who am I to say and take that from her? Because I was like, she confided in all of us and she trusted all of us. And that would have been the ultimate betrayal of like trust. So I wanted to make sure that she had the proper opportunity to show how beautiful she is and to show how lovable she is because, she did have the courage to come out. So I was like, you know what? When Adam and Alex walked in, I was like, thank God. I was like, thank God it's not this like hunk of a dude who's like, walks in my room looking like Hercules. And I'd have been like, listen, man, I'm sorry. I am sorry.
Yeah, I
But
mean, yeah, I think, like I said, so many people absolutely like loved that moment,
Yes,
but
my favorite.
nobody loved it as much as Nicole. But maybe, I mean, yes, you did. You loved that moment, Nicole. But
I did so much.
I have been sitting here, Nicole. We are now 22 minutes into this show. You
Yeah.
have yet to ask Seaburn the one thing that you would not shut up about for the
stars and bars.
entire
Oh
episode.
my gosh, the jacket.
Seaburn, for the love of God, where is this jacket from?
I freaking love it.
So that windbreaker is from Forever 21.
Forever 21. I gotta get it.
Yes, I bought it from Forever 21. I actually brought the other green one that I had. That one was from Forever 21. And then I have this like sequence jacket that is from Forever 21. It says sorry, not sorry. And I was like, I am not bringing this because there's gonna be a lot of I'm sorry. Like
I love that jacket. I would not shut up about it. Every time they showed it, I was like, oh, it's a nice jacket.
I would be like, Nicole, focus, Nicole. We gotta get this. She's like, but where do you think he came from? But I love it. Is it a windbreaker or a jacket?
Nice.
All right, now we know, Nicole. Now, what if I get you that instead of a onesie? Then am I forgiven?
Yes, but then me and Seaburn will be twinsies, and you don't have one, so.
I got my old man shawl. I want to take another great question over from Twitter. It is from Lost and Concrused, and he wants to know, Seaburn, you were really good at catfishing in this game. So, have you ever catfished someone in real life?
No, truthfully, I haven't. That was my actual first time catfishing ever in life. Like I've always been myself because I have a massive big head and I can't hide behind pictures. Um, no. So, truthfully, that was truthfully like my first time ever catfishing, and it will be my last time ever catfishing because it was hard. It was hard to say, like trying to create a truth for someone that wasn't really there, but at the same time you had to make sure that I had sentimental value to this person. So I was like, I had to make sure that I was doing everything properly and representing them right at the same time and not giving them this bad stigma. And I'm like, it was hard. It was hard. I'm not gonna hold you. That was the hardest thing I ever did in my entire being.
Wow.
And it was a lot of fun though.
It looked like a lot of, you made the show a lot of fun. There was not one scene that had you in it that was not like full of energy and life and fun. I mean, not to like, look, Nicole and I loved the whole entire show. I will speak for myself, might have been a little underwhelmed with the finale, but when Seaburn came walking out, like Seaburn's, I'm like, oh, someone's excited that we're at finale. Does everyone
energy?
Like, look, energy.
I was so pumped. I was absolutely extremely pumped because literally, they had to stop the cameras because I came out too fast and I was ready. Like, I was really ready. They was like, no, you came out too early. I was like, oh. I was like, y'all don't even know. Like, I'm so pumped to come out and do this. And I even went out that day and like I had bought that outfit specifically. Like I had an epiphany because I was like, if I'm gonna reveal myself to the rest of the guys, I said I'm gonna look good as heck doing it. And mind you, like the whole entire season, I'm sitting there and I was looking for my lip balm the whole season and I was struggling with my lips. But like I was like, look, this is gonna be the best version of me possible. So I was like suspenders, and then once I saw the suspenders, my entire outfit aligned. It was like the heavens opened up. I saw the floral pants, I saw the hat, I saw the shirt, I saw the shoes, and I said, oh, this is beautiful.
I'm going to come out and say it. Best dressed of the circle. That's the award you get.
Thank you.
I do 100%. And
Right.
I see like a lot of people asking this as well. I'm going to take it from Lindsay. She wants to know, we on the finale didn't get to see you kind of reveal yourself to those people that were out of the game early. Is that like something that are you allowed to explain that? Because they just kind of threw it in as if everybody already knew that you were Rebecca, which didn't make sense to us as the viewer. Like, when did that happen? Is that something you can talk about?
Well, it was mainly like when we all got together at that one moment. That was truthfully the big reveal. Because like when I came out, people were like, "Oh snap, she's a dude." Like, that's Rebecca. Holy smoke! And it was like I got to meet them face to face, like all at the same time. Mm-hmm. So then it kind of made that gave them that element of shock because we never really got to interact as a group or as like, as a unit. So it was this idea where the finale was the big reveal that holy smokes, Rebecca's a dude. And, I was just walking out like, here we go.
Oh, see, that was so confusing to us. I know, like, the video packages they showed, they would show you in them. So we were like, why are they showing that? Like, leave it, secret until it comes out.
We're like, wait, that's where we really thought, like, okay, when Seaburn comes out, there's going to be, like, a silhouette of Rebecca, and then it's just going to, and I'm like, they're all right there watching Seaburn, aren't they? Like, who the hell is that?
Yeah, and that's kind of the question that they wanted them to have, which is like, yeah, that was the question that they wanted them to have because it was like, even I had the question that was like, that was me. Okay. Like, it was just one of those ideas where it was like, no, Rebecca's really a catfish. Oh, snap. Oh, Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca.
Okay. Then, dearest Circle producers who we love and respect and enjoy, you need to call us to explain to you, maybe just give you some tips on how to edit that better because we were all confused.
Yeah, we want to see it.
And
God, on their faces.
Yeah, look, we want the react. That's what we've all been waiting for. We've all been waiting to the finale to watch this reaction. And don't even get Nicole started on the fact that you guys weren't sitting in a circle. Oh my God.
Oh, like I was waiting for that the whole season. It's called The Circle. I'm waiting for a final circle, and it never happened.
But we got the hug in one big circle, though.
This is true.
You did get a circle hug.
You're right. You're right. Touche.
It was that circle, right? We got the circle.
Yep. Okay, I'll take it. I feel better now.
I see Dennis Magic in chat wants to know, at what point in the game were you the most scared that you were going to be blocked?
Ooh, when it came down to Joey and Shuby, when they actually couldn't like talk to each other about who they were deciding to block, I knew that, Shuby had my back, but, when it comes to alliances, you have to kind of question certain elements and how strong they really are. And it was like, I was like, nah, Shuby has me. Shuby got my back. And I'm sitting there like, Team Shuby, Team Shuby, Team Shuby. Then because earlier that day I had spoken to Joey and it was like, me and Joey really hit it off. Like we hit it off on the good foot because I was like, look, Joey, I got you. I was like, if anything ever came up, I got you. Like I genuinely got your back. And it was like when he blocked Sean, it was that morning where, I had went to him and we talked. But like that whole when Joey and Shuby actually had to do their thing, and I was like, whoa. I was like, this is gonna happen. Okay. I was like, if it happens, I was like, I played a good game. I ain't even mad. We did it. We got this far. But I was sweating bullets.
Darn. And the perfect follow-up question to that, and I'll take it from Kennedy Comet, says, if you had gotten blocked, whose room would you have gone to?
Honestly, I would have gone to Shuby. Without a shadow of a doubt. I would have gone to Shuby because me and him had the closest bond. And on top of that, like coming out of day one, we had formed an alliance, and it was just this idea that, as they say in like games, they say the people who form alliances early are usually the ones who last to the end. So coming out the gate, it would have been Shuby. Just knowing that, I had this love for him, and I looked at him as a little brother, and I was like, yo, he just had his birthday. I made sure to say happy birthday.
Aww.
Like, I wanted to make sure that he knew I genuinely cared. And if I had I would have explained myself, and I would have came full circle, came out. Get it? Full circle, Karen.
I like that.
You a full circle. Was there, I see this from Yesenia wants to know, was there any moment when you felt like you were caught? Was there anything that you were like, oh God, they have to know. There's no way they don't know right now?
Truthfully, it was in the girls chat. Like, I'm not even gonna front. Yeah. I really knew it was in the girls chat because I couldn't. I'm stuttering because I'm like, that feeling came back. But it was really in the girls chat, and I was like, my head, I was losing my mind because I was like, guys, I'm found out. Like, I know I ain't got no menstrual cycle. I ain't got no Mother Nature bothering me right now. Like, I was like, this is it. It's over. I was like, I never unpacked at all. So I was like, I'm always packed. And the most I did was put like shirt stuff inside of the drawer because I was like, at least if I'm half packed, half here, if I get blocked, I don't have much packing to do.
Yeah, exactly. I want to take one more question. I'm going to take it from Top Gun Phantom, who actually a lot of people have said this. I love the name Seaburn. Is it a family name?
It is. I'm actually Seaburn. I'm the fourth Seaburn in my family. Well, most of my family are from down south. I was born in Boston. But my uncle, he actually gave me the rundown in the history of, Seaburn. And he said, I'm the fourth. Like, in my whole line of lineage, my one full name, which is Seaburn Anthony Toombs Williams, is like one big history book of just knowledge. So I learned that last summer and the summer before, and it's just been so interesting to find out. Like, it was cool because I had an aunt on the Titanic, which is really interesting. Yeah.
Wow.
And like, my uncle has the like signature of like her ledger and everything. It's so freaking cool, and I'm like mind blown because he's teaching me like my family history.
That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
I want a show about Seaburn's family history. We're gonna have a post-season follow-up show. Go ahead, Nicole.
Oh, I was gonna go back. You obviously you were saying in the girls' chat you thought you were caught. Lake Effect Plans wants to know: did you assume that everybody else was a catfish because you were one?
No. Truthfully, I didn't, because I can tell that the way that they were communicating and the way that they were talking was truthfully authentically them. Like, when I got to talk to Joey and how he was like, yeah, buddy, up pro, like, that was really him. And when he said, when him and Ed was like, oh, we'll have meatballs, and he was like, no sauce. Like, it was just one of those moments where I was like, yeah, that's really Joey, and that's like Ed. But it was just this idea where I was like, okay, like, maybe Karen might be a catfish because, well, Mercedes. I was like, maybe Mercedes might be a catfish because she kept throwing out this idea that, catfish. And I was like, yeah, I was literally like thinking, and I said that was really one of the only ones that I was like, that's a catfish. And I know that's a catfish.
I think it's brilliant. I got sidetracked because I saw that Angie, your favorite, had a question on Twitter, Nicole.
I love Angie.
Well, hi, Angie.
Okay, then let's take it. Angie, I'm gonna apologize in advance. I know we can't get the whole thing here, but I'll read it to you. Angie says, hi Seaburn, sorry in advance for my question. Have you since educated yourself on what period pains are really like so that you can catfish as a woman even better next time?
Listen, I have done some homework. I literally sat with my girlfriend and I was like, okay, explain it to me. Tell me everything. Like, I was like, I need the good, the bad, and the nasty.
Yes,
and she was like, really? I said, yes. I was like, I need the knowledge. So I have educated myself more on the element of Mother Nature, so I can
Nice.
fully understand. And I apologize for everyone that has a Mother Nature, because it's butt ugly.
I feel like
Apology accepted.
you brought people closer together, Seaburn. I did not understand it.
Yep.
Now, again, Nicole and I watched the shows live together, like with everyone. We had to stop. Nicole explained the whole process to me.
Yep.
I now get it.
That was fun.
Thank you for bringing us together, Seaburn, is what I am trying to say.
Well, Eric, I'm sure Seaburn didn't think that women laid eggs. So,
Well,
listen, I knew chickens laid eggs, but I didn't know women to do it too. That's a magic trick to me because I don't got no eggs to lay. I just, we got fish and they just swim somewhere.
First of all, Seaburn, it is not my fault that women walk around and talk about eggs, eggs, eggs. How am I to know that it's not an actual egg, number one, especially when there are several strip clubs that you can go to where you can actually watch a lady shoot an egg out of her naughty bits.
So, there's really a strip club you can watch a lady shoot an egg?
I don't know. Do I look like someone that knows about strip clubs to you, Seaburn?
Hey, I don't even know any strip clubs to go to, so I was like, hey, you go to strip clubs where they shoot eggs? Like, do they shoot it out of their booty? Like, do they shoot it out of their booty?
We've lost Nicole. Oh, no. Once a show, I like to try and make Nicole quit.
Like,
oh my dear Lord!
Eggs out of their booty. That's a new magic trick. I need it. So, like, I need to see the booty egg. Like, this is for real. Just make sure I have my little plate because I wonder if they make it their booty too. Like,
that's what I was gonna ask. Is it hard boiled?
I don't know your life, Nicole. Don't know your life. Don't know it. But look, this leads to a perfect staple question.
What? How are you going to transition this, Eric?
Just you watch, Nicole. I think this has become a great question that has been a staple now on all these shows. From Curtis 9181 wants to know. What did you think of that luxury breakfast? The delicious muffin without any eggs or bacon?
I'll never eat an egg again.
Yo, I am not looking at an egg the same. I'm definitely going to eat it, but I'm not going to look at it the same. I might just have to close my eyes. But the luxury breakfast, I was just glad to have made it to the luxury breakfast.
Okay.
I was like, listen, I got champagne and I got a muffin and some more stuff. I was like, this is delicious to me, and I'll take it.
I would have thrown it back at them.
Right, because I had champagne. I dipped a little orange juice in mine, though. I made it a mimosa.
Nice.
So it was breakfast.
I was annoyed for you. I had to stop the show again. I turned to Nicole and went, if you ever bring me a muffin and call it a luxury breakfast, our relationship is over. I'm going to need eggs, biscuits, sausage, gravy, bacon.
If somebody lays the egg, is it then a luxury breakfast?
You are really obsessed, oddly, about this egg thing, Nicole.
Listen, hey, she asked.
You said it. Now I can't get past it.
All right.
She asked a real valid question because laying an egg might be a luxury because you don't see it every day.
This is true. This is definitely true.
Oh, good Lord.
Go ahead, Nicole. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't even know how to transition that, so let's just go for a brand new question.
Mm-hmm.
My pal JP from New Jersey would like to know, as a catfish, have you had to get to know everybody as Seaburn, post show? How has that been, getting to know them as you and not Rebecca?
Honestly, it's been amazing because now they get to know who I really am, and they really see that I really am a big old dork. Because it was hard. It was hard to show that element while making sure that I didn't get caught. So it was even during the show, they had to at one point I was so fully invested that everyone had to call me Rebecca. Everyone, when they called me Rebecca, they would even as it started to wind down, they would start to ask me, what would Seaburn do? and what would Rebecca do? And it was like this element of like trying to detox from being Rebecca so long, because we don't know how long we're in there for. They don't give us any times or, you know, none of that. So it's like, you know, trying to detox from it. It was like, okay, what would Seaburn do? And I would do this. And then what would Rebecca do? She would do that. Like, so, yeah.
Wow, that must be such a tough transition. Darn. Wow. I didn't think of it that way. Like, you have to, like, detox yourself and get back to, like, your mindset.
Yeah,
really? You didn't?
It was different. It was different because I really fully invested myself. And I was like, guys, I was like, please, everyone call me Rebecca. Nobody say my name, not once. So it was always, hey, Rebecca, 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 Rebecca. And then it was like, after like it started to wind down, you got this sense of it winding down. It was like, Seaburn. Hey, Seaburn. Yeah. Like, who are you? Like, hey, now you can get back to who you are. Seaburn. And I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. It was like a revelation. Like, you know that you're going to get back to being you. But then it was like this idea that you always have this thought process of like being Rebecca. And you're like, okay, you know, as everybody would say, you know, be Rebecca, be Rebecca. So, you know, you always had this thought process and it was different. And it's like, you know, eventually you'll get past it. But it's like, you know, you still kind of think about certain elements and like watching the show, it comes back up because you're like, no, oh man, you're like, it's just Friday all over again.
And Eric, to answer your question, like I can relate to the transition coming out of like the Big Brother house, but I wasn't posing as anybody the whole time. Right. So if I was in that house, like, oh hi, I'm Melanie, and I would have I can't imagine what it must be like to like play a game and as somebody else, and it's like a double transition. That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's almost like playing two games at once.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you know, speaking of Big Brother, like a large part of our audience, Seaburn, is like a Big Brother audience, and we love like a plot twist and like a conspiracy, and maybe even when there's not one, we will make one up. Which is my next question from Twitter, which Nicole will probably remember. This was a big topic when we were watching live as well. I'm going to take it from Nurse Cheryl. She wants to know, did we ever find out who the we was that his girlfriend was referring to in their home video? Do they have kids or pets? So when Sammy was doing that video, she said, we miss you very much. And a lot of people hung on to that we, which went right over Nicole in our head. We were like, this means we. I don't know. This means we. But is there a we?
Like we, everybody, the family.
Right.
Yeah, so the we was actually like, because my girlfriend, she knows my mom. She met my mom. She met my like brothers and my sister. So it was this idea. She was in consistent contact with all of them. And they're all in a group chat while I'm away. And she made the video. She said, hey, Seaburn, like, and then at the end, she said, miss you, babe. And the we was the actual family because they already adopted her into the family. So she was bringing the element of family with it. So I understood, like, I got it because it was like, I had already known, like, there was a lot going on back home before I left. And it was just this, like, idea that, you know, I had to leave that at home. Like I had to leave that there and try to play a good game. And it was like, there was so much going on before. Like I had to literally sit down with my granddad because at one point I wasn't going to do the show. And because I was so concerned about my granddad because he was going through a lot more than most people even know. Like it was still on my head the whole entire time. And then I had just had like two of his brothers had passed while I was in the game. And I had to like find that out while I was in the game. So that affected me as well. And it was like, you know, just being in there, it was just like, I'm away from home and, you know, I'm like playing this person. I have a lot more pressure on me to perform. And it was like, I had to make sure that my energy was always on point and always right. And I always stayed correct because at any moment I could be found out. And when she sent that video, it just gave me this sense of everything's okay. because I didn't get that during the trivia night.
Mhm.
Because, and because during trivia night, that was the night I actually broke, and they didn't show that because they literally cut it. And that night, I like broke. I cried. I couldn't stop crying,
Oh,
and like they had to literally like cut that part out because they had to take me to like get some air. And even while I was up there, I was crying and crying, crying, and it was like because I had found out not too long before that I had the passings of my uncles, and it was like not one but two. So it was like, I was broken. I was really
yeah.
broken. I had to continue forward, and I needed that emotional reset to keep me going. And at the end, it was like the circle really gave me that gift of, getting that video from home. And that was a really, really like refreshing moment because, I didn't think I would ever see that or get that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Well,
so
I was just going
sorry.
to say, I mean, obviously, Nicole and I offer you our condolences. I see
Yes, absolutely.
chat. Everyone in chat
Uh,
is also saying the same exact thing as well. Nicole, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say, like, knowing how difficult it was for you to be away from them in an environment like the circle, and we don't know how long the circle is, but like,
yeah.
have you considered going on another show, like Amazing Race or
Uh,
something long, like Big Brother?
Samantha
I thought
TRN wants to know in chat.
it was so funny. I thought about it because I was like, okay, I was like, you know what? Let me look into like doing some research. And I was like, then I watched the this game. It was Veto. I watched the Veto game, and I was
Yes,
like I was like, nah, I can't do it. I was like, I can't
yes,
do
you
it.
can.
I was like, I saw how dirty the house got, and I was just like, I don't even like my house that dirty. Like I was, because he literally threw the egg and said somebody might have hit it in here, and I was like, why would you do that? No, they're big cards. No, I'm sure at the TV like, no. I was like, no, I couldn't do Big Brother. I'd be so mad because like the whole house was wrecked. It was in shambles, and you guys got to clean it up.
Yep. But
That's
no,
what they
that's
want.
one day though. That's one day. There's 98 other days.
Oh, I was just so like I would be so upset because I'd be like, listen, I'm not here for this. Like I'm here to freaking play a hell of a game and like I ain't trying to mop up eggs after somebody. Like I was for you guys, and I was just like, man, I couldn't do this. I was like, I couldn't
Wow.
have the house dirty, and that just like heck no. but
Wow.
I was just
yeah,
thinking.
I couldn't.
I was just thinking, how about that strip club? They have to mop up eggs and other stuff. I want to take a question from Courtney. No. I'm sorry, we're not done with Samantha's question yet. We're not done with Samantha's question yet. Nicole, you can't be that shy. Everyone in chat is saying your season had the sex stool. Okay, you had the sex.
I
stool
know.
in your
And I
season.
wasn't a part of it. Thank God. I stayed away from all those things. Okay.
That is a good point. But Samantha,
Don't ask about the stool, Seaburn.
so
Wait a minute, we just got really interesting.
you should watch Big Brother, Seaburn. Samantha wants to know: would you and Shuby do Amazing Race?
I would have to ask you, but I don't think he would be, turned off at the idea because Shuby's my little brother. Like I freaking love Shuby to death, and I would honestly do it. I would do it with you. That would be dope because we're two big brains colliding into one vessel, and it would be so cool.
I would love
Now,
it. We'd love to see it.
chat's also asking in regard to you and Shuby, would you have been devastated if Shuby wasn't himself? Like if he was a catfish?
No, I probably would have had the same reaction as I did when meeting Alex.
Yeah.
I would like, yes, yes. Like I'd have been so pumped because like even knowing that Shuby was him, I was just like, you know what, dude. But like if he had been a catfish, I'd have been like, look, you were too perfect. Like you were an engineer, you were this guy. Like I knew you were too perfect.
I am the worst because you keep getting this question so many times, and I don't know. I have like no short-term memory. I have nothing good to blame it on. Did we ask, just because I see a ton of people asking this, who you would have visited if things had been different? Who would you have visited if you could have visited someone?
back to that, Shuby.
It would have still been Shuby. We did.
It would have still been Shuby.
I wanted to make sure. Okay. So I just saw so many people keep asking it in chat. I don't know if they came in late. And I was like, hey, is that thing where I was like, did we not ask that? I could have sworn that we asked that. That is totally my fault. I want to switch it over to Heather, who wants to know, has the show brought you and your girlfriend lots of recognition?
It actually has, because even just from the idea of like people saying, hey, you were my favorite on the show, a lot of people really do love, just me as a person. And, they love her as like the face. And then they realize she really is the way that I was acting and the way that I am, because we're similar in a lot of ways. So it's like to know that the similarities are like uncanny. It's just, it's brought a lot of like really good attention, and just from not only the viewers but just from like people in general. And people are like, "Yo, I freaking love you. You made me laugh, and thank you for making me laugh." And I was like, you know what? That's all I ever wanted to do was make people laugh and smile, and show them that you can have fun while being an adult and enjoy it. Like,
absolutely.
I see that Cheryl from chat wants to know. I know you said you wouldn't change being a catfish, but would you have changed it to being a different woman now? Because you said that it was creepy and uncomfortable having other men hitting on your girlfriend.
Honestly, if I was to ever catfish, I'd have to play the same sex. I would honestly have to play the same sex. I wouldn't portray another woman, because that was hard within itself, but it was a lot of fun. But I would definitely have to do something that I can relate to as a guy. And, I would be able to really like, know the elements of being like, yeah, bro, like I'm a gym rat. Or, I went to the strip club and saw that girl with the booty eggs. Like, she was spitting the booty eggs out of her buns, man. Like, it was so cool. And I'd be doing crazy stuff as a dude, because, being a woman is already hard. So I don't need to see the other side of the grass anymore. So kudos to you guys. Shout out to the ladies. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got the juice.
They
so
got
now, a lot of people are asking this, so I'll take it from Courtney. How did you deal with flirting with Adam? Did you think of it as like what you like to receive? Did you think of it as what your girlfriend does? Like, how did you go about that?
Okay, so let me break it down, because it was like this idea where it was like, being a guy, I know the typical guy response. So it's like I kind of guided him to giving me the typical guy response, which he did. He played right into it. It was just this element of like, I had to guide him that way, because I'm playing a woman, so I would come with the, oh, you silly boy kind of aspect. And it was like, it was weird for me to see it, because it was like, I'm at the other end knowing this, but I know that I have to give him that like idea that, he's shooting a shot and his shot done sunk in the hoop. And, I had to play into it. And I really, I committed to it.
Would you play again? I saw a lot of people asking that too.
Would I play the circle again?
Yes.
Yeah, I would. I would really play the circle again. I would honestly go and like do it again, but I would do it this time. I'd probably do it as myself this time, because I've already learned the element of catfishing. But I would just, change it up. Like, I'd be like, I'm an astrophysicist or something. Like, I would still have fun, but I would really just be me at the same time, and like bring my elements of like being goofy, or still being that silly, comical relief. I would still bring that with me, because that's who I am. And like, I can't change that. That right there is like the biggest catfish of all, if you do.
Yeah.
But I would say something like, I'm an astrophysicist who likes mimosas on the beach, sitting under an umbrella. But
luxury mimosas.
Yeah, right. Like, they have to have diamond encrusted crystals around it. Like, I would say some madness that would just be like, what? like people would have to ask that question, is he real?
Well, maybe you don't want people thinking that if you play again. Maybe that's bad.
Not that big.
No.
No,
So in that sense, in regards to like, you're playing the game, Jess is asking, what do you think Joey did that won it for him, or rather made him win?
honestly, it was the idea where, of course you couldn't vote for yourself. So you had to really rearrange
Yeah.
the board so that it would benefit you most. So just knowing that, everybody was a chess piece on a board for someone else, you had to rearrange it to where you would take the strongest player and be like, okay, you were the strongest player. You were technically my rival. So I'm going to knock you down a couple notches. Or be like, you were the weakest. I know everyone's not going to vote for you. So bring you up here. Like you had to really rearrange to
So you took
do
a more tactical
it.
approach.
Yeah, it was based off of your like relationships with them as well. So it would be like, oh, I genuinely look like feel for you, and I freaking love you like a sibling. I'm gonna put you first because I can't mistake that. You had to come from a place of like being honest with yourself and like how you wanted to rearrange it. Because we got to the end and it was all gloves off. Like, you had to rearrange it to the best of your ability, and you had to eventually somebody had to be number one.
Right. I think, one of our favorite moments as well during the season that would happen often, and as Nicole likes to say, alert, alert,
Alert!
alert.
Oh,
I see a
yo,
lot.
the alert.
So, what
Alert.
did the alerts really like? This is kind of like a three-part question, but I'll say, did the alerts really stress you out? Was there a ton of waiting between like an alert and then finding out about what the alert was? And what did you do on your free time?
Okay. The alerts were, death defying. They, killed me every time.
Oh,
Literally heart down into my ass cheek. So, I came up with this idea that, I would have heart ass because, I never felt my heart in my chest. It was always in my ass cheek.
Mhm.
Um, so it, it was like legit. Like I just had to, kind of brace myself for impact to see what was coming because I knew something crazy was coming, but I didn't know what was gonna hit. So I had to
yeah.
brace back. And then it was just like uh, to follow up with that, it was just on our downtime. I would read books. And one time I actually built a fort and I took all the pillows in the house and I put them together. And then I took Wonder Woman, put her by the case, and I took markers, and those were what I was shooting at Wonder Woman. But I had this pan on my head, and I was like, Chief, we have the target in our sight. He was like, my gosh, man, don't shoot, don't shoot.
See,
Target.
I wish they would have showed more of this in the finale, like in those final packages, the final recap. They should have showed more things like that.
Like I
Exactly.
built a whole entire fort, and it was like one of the big voices in the sky. They was like, you got me over here hollering. Like everyone had to come and see what was so funny. And I was like, Jesus, is that you? So I'm like, I really had this pan on my head, and it was like comfortable. It was like tilted to the side and everything. And I was like, I got you. And I was throwing markers, just throwing.
I see that Sparkly Eye. You're getting this from a ton of people, but as like Sparkly Eye for one just says, thank you so much for making me laugh and making the show so much fun to
Yes,
watch.
I agree.
Because
In
Oh
the
one
my
circle
goodness.
and this show.
exactly.
You're welcome, guys. It was just this idea. I really wanted to make you guys have a fun time and draw you into like my little crazy box that I was in because I was like, if I'm gonna be in a box, I'm gonna make sure everybody can see what's in the box.
Yep.
And that was what was in it. I was like, it's a box full of laughter.
Now, let me also ask you this, Seaburn, because normally we try and keep these shows to an hour, but you have so many questions. Are you
Oh, let's
able to
do
go
it.
like
I'm
10
hot.
or 15 minutes more? Nicole, are you good for like 10 or 15
I'm ready.
minutes? Okay, let's
Hey,
keep
I
going
made
then
time.
because
I made
I
time.
feel I
We're here to
feel
rock.
bad
We're here to
that we're
rock,
never
baby.
going to
Let's
get to
do it.
all of these, but let's try
We are
and
here
get
to rock,
All
baby.
right,
Let's do it.
I'll kick it off.
go, Nicole.
From Left Ambition, what was your favorite moment from the entire game?
Oh man. What was my favorite moment? My favorite moment was the dance party because when
Okay.
I was on the floor and I was playing with my little with my jelly beans, and that was like a whole story within itself. They didn't show you guys the story aspect of it because
Oh,
I was like, hey there, Mr. Jelly, how you doing? Oh, I love you, feeling good. And it was like, oh, well, Mr. Jelly, you looking pretty dapper today. And he was like, well, I'm looking good too. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna eat the both of you. And they was like, no. And I was like, no. And it was like the music came on right when I ate them. And I was like, oh, it's lit. We got music. Like that was like a
I
genuine
love
expression.
that.
Like, yes, it's lit.
See,
I
I genuinely believe that if they showed more of this footage, you could be America's favorite.
yes.
I'm gonna
Uh,
come out and say it.
Again,
uh,
producers, call us next season when you need help. I don't know
No,
why we didn't get on. Why didn't we get unseen footage like
that'd be
that
so funny.
in the finale instead of like a 10-minute recap?
Oh man, I had so much crazy footage. Like when I tell you I had so much, like they literally skimmed the surface of how crazy and like hilarious it got because
Wow.
it literally got way more funny when it came to like certain elements. Even when playing the games, it got super
Mhm.
like 10 times more funny. So it was like they literally played it safe with like different clips and stuff that they had
Yeah.
caught. And I was just dying because I was like, you know what? I could have taken that.
Exactly.
Shout out to Sandy. I freaking love her. Congrats on fan favorite. Shout out to Joey.
Yes.
I love both of them. They're freaking amazing.
Your
And they
whole cast
You,
loves each other.
yes. I was just gonna
oh,
say
we
that. And this
absolutely
cast.
do. We
It,
absolutely do. And from Ed all the way down to Mama Tammy, like we love all of them. Like they're getting ready to do a meetup. Unfortunately, I can't go, but they're gonna do practically an all cast meetup, which is gonna be freaking epic. And I'm so mad I have to miss out on this one because I'm
Oh,
definitely so mad. Like I'm like I want to see these guys.
yeah. Who are you closest to? Would you say from the cast?
Um, from the cast, truthfully, I'm really close with all of them. Like truthfully,
Wow,
because
that's awesome.
like I talked to Alex faithfully. Randy, I freaking love her to death. I talked to her faithfully. I'm really, really super close with Joey, Shuby, Sammy, and Chris. I talked to him faithfully. Like I'm really close. We're really like a really close knit cast, and like we're really
I love
feel
that.
tight. So it's like we all know what the circle, what was required in the circle. So, we're all like each other's support system and just,
Yep.
making sure that at the end of the day, one person knows that you can lean on another person when you have moments of weakness.
right.
Oh, I love
Uh,
that.
and I would like that next time people play a lot more harsh.
Well, it was only the first season, so you gotta
Yeah.
keep your eye out for season 2. It was an experiment, and we were the guinea pigs. So just be prepared for season 2 because it might be, a little bit more crazy.
It better
Cutthroat.
be.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't want
expecting it to be a little bit more cutthroat, but I don't know because they cast a really phenomenal cast this time.
Yeah.
it
So it
is.
They
is
really did.
pretty hard to live up to the shoes of us because we freaking rock this out of the boat.
It is true. But I mean, that's why I think a new cast should not go in and try and be like, you're not going to match the
No.
niceness and the, like, it was very clear you all were sincere, genuine
Yes.
people that cared about each other. And literally at times it felt like we're willing to go, you take the $100,000. I'm
Yep.
going to
If
rank
I
you
don't win, I
higher.
want you to win.
Yeah, I want you to win. You take that
True.
money.
And it
So
was like even in the finale, when we all got to sit at the circle,
Circle.
right, the circle, right. Like even in the finale when we got to sit at the circle table, it was like, we all got to express like what we would do if we won,
Mm.
and it was like, Shuby, he was like, I pay off debt, like Joey, I buy furniture for my house. Like Sammy, she would, buy her uncle a new car because, it's stuck in reverse and she doesn't know how he does it, but he makes magic out of that bad boy. But it's like even Chris and like his mom, he wanted to, get her teeth and everything, her jaw, her dental work. So it was like, for me, I was like, you know what? If I win, I'm splitting it. I was like, I'm really splitting it because it was like, I want everyone to know that we were in this together. We made it to the top 5, and each and every one of us deserves to have, some type of like money in the bank. And, I would want for them to genuinely know that, like, you guys, I would want to be okay.
Oh, that is so
Love that.
sweet. Do not play this game again.
Oh, I love it. I love that though.
I have to be bad cop. Nicole's going to be good cop. She's never going to be bad cop, Seaburn. I have to be bad cop.
No, because I thought the same thing on Big Brother. Like, I thought, like, wow, if I end up winning all this money, I want to give some to the people that like supported me along the way, like the OVs. Like I would love to. I don't know.
Mhm.
So I get it. It makes sense because you like love them.
Yeah.
They become family, and they mean so much to you.
They do. And it's like, you would want to make sure that they were okay and that they were like legitimately okay and not like, oh, I lost, I have to get back to the grind. But no, you want them to know, like, look, oh snap, like he was serious about what he meant. And I'm a man of my word. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. And that's always been my MO. Like, even though I was a catfish on the game, I don't lie when it comes to being about my word. I actually take care of the people that were there for me.
I love that.
Alert!
Oh, what's happening?
As a
he
person,
got me with the alert.
As
You're
a person,
terrible cop.
I would just like you all to know that as a person who produces around here, I should probably remind anyone within earshot that you're both still under contract and probably shouldn't talk about sharing prize money.
No, it's already it's gone.
No, that's collusion, and you can't say it when you're on the show, Eric.
Off the show. I was just trying to help you guys.
If I was on the show and I said, "Don't evict me and I'll give you money," that's collusion. But after the show, I can say whatever I want.
All right, I thank you. Then I don't have to edit that out. Perfect.
I think I can. Now I'm scared. If I get holed up to Big Brother jail, you know where I am.
If either of you go missing, we know who it was.
Thank you, Seaburn's got me. He's my new best friend. Sorry, Eric.
I like this question too, from Unisa that says, as a catfish, what was your strategy going in? Were you trying to find others like you, or were you trying to stay away from other people that you believed could be a catfish, or did it not even matter either way to you?
Honestly, it didn't matter either way. I just wanted to play a good game because going in, I was gonna go in with this idea that my girlfriend, she works at she's a makeup artist at Sephora, and it was like that's why I had all the makeup brushes and stuff because I had to know product knowledge for makeup because Chris is a makeup specialist and he knows his work, so I didn't want to get caught by him. So they like literally I committed and I got a makeup bag. They gave me all of that stuff. It was so cool. And I had like foundation and all this cool stuff. But I was looking at it for names and like brands and stuff so that I can make a reference to it. And then it was like, like when the makeup brush, I was rubbing it on my face, it was really soft. And I was like, I never got to experience this on the other side. I was like, this is what ladies go through. I said, this is nice.
Yeah, Seaburn. They love putting on makeup, Seaburn. That's their favorite.
You see what I'm saying? It was like, I didn't have makeup on the brush, but the brush was nice. And I brought them brushes home because they were so soft. And I rub it on my face, but I gave it to my girlfriend too. But after I gave her like everything that I had brought back. And I was just like, I was like, this makeup brush is nice. I was like, it's very nice. Ooh.
So now, I know Top Gun was asking this in the chat. Did your girlfriend pick the pictures that you used in the circle?
No, I actually picked the pictures. She just sent over like a butt ton of pictures and they were like through them. But I was the one that actually picked which pictures to use. Like even when, I put up the picture of her and her twin. She really does have a twin. And that was the narrative I wanted to make sure I stuck to because I put it out there that, she had a twin. So I didn't want to look like I was fabricating a story. So I had to continue to stick to that narrative and give that truth. So I instantly was like, look, this is her twin. And they was like, oh, look it.
And that brings me and Eric to one of our favorite moments when Shuby's like, oh man, imagine Rebecca and her twin are in that room. That would be such a big shock. And we were like, oh gosh, you have no idea what's coming, Shuby.
Yo, poor Shuby. Yeah, I love him to death. Poor Shub.
Poor-
Well,
I
I asked what a couple of the chat people are asking on that note. Did you ever feel bad, like, for flirting? Like, he kind of seemed like he had a crush on Rebecca in the beginning. So did you feel that while chatting with him?
Yeah, I did. I did feel bad,
Aw.
because it was like, I didn't want to have to, break his heart in any way, shape, or form, and like let him down, or have him like fall in love, because there might have been an element of where it was just this bond that we had, and I knew we had a bond. We had to decipher and like figure out what it exactly it was, and I was like, I don't want to be the one to break his heart. And I was like, Shuby seems like he's so genuine and innocent. And I was like, I'm already telling a lie, so I can't be innocent, but I am genuine. And I do genuinely feel for him. And I was like, nah, I'm going to make sure that when I do meet Shuby, that he knows that I have no regret, and that at the end of the day, everything I said to him was the truth. And that I do look at him like, a brother. And he is in my family. And, it was just like, that was the suckiest part. So it was like, oh, Shuby, I love you.
Well, I would like you to know that chat is calling you a liar, sir. No, I can't be a bad cop. Here is just a question that is really from me. What I was just thinking of when you were saying that, because you kind of said that was the reason you got rid of Alex/Adam, was because you were concerned that he was getting feelings for you and you didn't want to put him through that. So what was the difference when it came to Shuby? Just that he was more like, you're my sister type of a deal, and not like directly flirting with you?
Well, the difference was that, me and Shuby, we were in an alliance. So I told him from day one, I got your back. And I genuinely meant that. I was a man of my word, and I let him know, like, look, I always have your best your best intentions in mind. And even if I'm doing the worst thing, I still have his good intentions for him. So I was like, at the end, I'm going to see you at the end, and I'll let you know why. So it was this idea that I was gonna try to protect him and help him and brace him for the fall of it not being Rebecca. And it was like with Alex, I didn't want Alex to be like, eventually fall for Rebecca and really be like, oh, I love you, Rebecca. But then to come and find out like he was married and all this stuff, I was like, thank God.
Right.
I was like, wow. So it worked out. It worked out favorably.
I want to just ask one more, because it's kind of on the same topic. We saw a lot of times where like, let's say when Chris was communicating with people, he would use his notebook to like keep track of what was going on and stuff like that. But with you, it seemed like a lot of the stuff was off the top of your head. Were you like keeping track of your conversations with people so that you would have like your story straight, or were you just always like having fun with the people in the moment? You're like, I got this.
Well, I'm really good at remembering things that I say, but I also make sure that I write down key notes. So there was a lot of times where I had my own notebook and I would be writing in it on like downtime. So I would write like little key points that I had in a conversation or something. And, those were moments that they didn't show because it was during the downtime. So it was like I would be taking notes, but I would never take notes during the game. During the game, I would fish for information. So it was always me trying to make sure that I got the information that I needed or learn something new about somebody, write it down during the downtime. And I would write it down, make a reference, and be like, okay, let's go off of that one.
Okay.
Very smart.
Okay, Nicole. Yes, go.
So Rachel in the chat is asking, if you had been an influencer, who would you have blocked? So I don't know if she means in the beginning or the super influencer, but who would you have blocked?
Because I was like, I did become an influencer.
Yeah, she probably means like super influencer. Who would be your choice?
Oh, man. If I had became like a super influencer? Oh man, truthfully, I don't know because everything had to have been within the moment. Like I can't really,
Yep.
I don't really know who I would have blocked at that time. It would have just had because I did everything based off of feel and vibe.
Yeah. Yep.
So it probably would have been, someone newer, only
Mm.
because the OGs were already there and we had our feet, like we had our footing, so we knew how to work our way around it. So truthfully, it probably would have still been one of the new guys.
Wow.
Did you, as the new people, I don't know if you were ever allowed to say it, but did you guys ever have a conversation of like, let's stick together? If we all stick together, we just keep knocking off the new people, we're fine. Or was it just kind of like understood between all of you?
It was an unspoken rule, truthfully. We didn't really have a conversation based off of like based around this idea where it was like, let's knock off the new people. It was this thing where it was like, you wanted to establish relationships and you wanted to establish them with people who've already been in the game. And it was like, if you've been in the game, you know that you'll look out for that person longer until you get to that point. And it was like, it was just that unspoken rule between all of us that, it kind of just was one of those things that just happened.
Right. I want to take two questions from New Jersey Girl. We're wrapping up. Well,
Jersey girl.
I'm gonna make it be
Hey, I can do this all night. I got time.
Right.
okay. New Jersey Girl wants to know, are you going to watch The Circle UK next season?
Had you already watched it before you went in?
Absolutely. I watched them I had watched it for like history purposes to know what I would kind of expect, and then that brought me across to Alex, and that's when I realized, he is the founder of catfishing with using his girlfriend. And me, I'm very private when it comes to my relationship, so I don't put my relationship on Front Street. So to do that, I really took that chance and letting her know, like, look, I love you, and I really feel comfortable enough to use your image, and not do bad at doing that. So he kind of inspired that idea, let alone what came after, because I didn't know he was a comedian, but to find that out, I was like, oh shoot, like we got a lot in common.
Yeah, definitely.
And just her. Well, her part two of that, just quickly, was what was besides The Circle, what was the last show you binge watched?
Oh man, besides The Circle, the last show I binge watched was The Witcher.
The Witcher.
Yes, The Witcher, and also Dracula. Those two.
Isn't The Witcher a game, like a PlayStation, Xbox game?
It's a PlayStation game. It's a PlayStation game.
I think I recognize the name.
Yeah.
And they made it into a movie?
They made it into a series. Yeah,
wow.
They made it into the original series. And the guy who played Superman, like in all the previous
Dean
movies,
Cain?
Actually, yeah. Dean Cain is actually the Witcher.
Wow.
Interesting.
It's so, because he does a really good job, and I'm so convinced. I'd be like into it because I really get in when I'm watching a movie and stuff. Because me on my real life, I act. I do a lot of acting and I do a lot of modeling, like when I'm home. So I get into it. I really get into it, and I try to see what they're feeling within that moment, so I can relate and be like, "Holy smokes, this is savage!" Like, so I get into it.
It was clear to us that you did modeling right from the start of it when we were seeing your "I Wanna Win" clips and stuff. Nicole and I were both very much like, "Oh, we both might have a crush on Seaburn."
No,
I mean,
that's a secret, Eric.
That was supposed to be our secret. I'm gonna do this question for Maximus' mom. Were there any real players in the game that you would have been disappointed had they turned out to be catfish, or would you have been cool with finding out any of them were a catfish? It's just a game.
honestly, I would have been cool finding out that any of them were a catfish because, as I said, it is just a game.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't take it, and can't take it to heart because of the fact that one, you're there playing a game and you play a hell of a game, and two, it's like you're catfishing yourself, so you can't be mad if you find out someone else is a catfish.
Right.
It's like, man, we came to do the same thing.
Go ahead, Nicole. I'll let you ask that one.
Okay, I like this question. This is my transition. Are you ready? Speaking of modeling, your girlfriend is gorgeous. Have any of your castmates met her in real life?
Yes. Yes.
Which one?
So the castmates that had met her in real life is Joey and Alex and Shuby.
That's cool.
Shuby was so freaked out when he said, he was like, Rebecca.
Rebecca, but not Rebecca. Your name is Tammy.
He was freaked out. He was like, man.
That's so sweet.
He was like, Rebecca, I love you. He was like, I'm sorry, sweetheart. He was like, your name is officially now Rebecca because I can't. I was like, oh, Joey. He was like, I freaking love her. I was like, you know it, bro, Beans. He was like, I love you, bro. I was like, love you too, Joey. And then Alex was like, oh shit, Rebecca. I was like, yo, well, look. And I was like, look, I got someone. He was like, oh shit, Rebecca.
And have you met Alex's wife?
Yes, I have. And she's a living legend. Literally a living legend. She's so freaking cool. Like,
that's cool.
Gina, yeah, she's so cool. Like, we all got to hang out, and we got to go and hang out at some of casting's like house when we got to go out to LA. Gina's a legend. She's like a god, and like it was so freaking cool. Like to hang out with her. Like awesome. I felt like I was meeting a celebrity because I was like, hi Gina. She was so cool. Like,
well, I said that during like the opening package. I said, "Ooh, something about her. Like, I'd like to meet her. Her like hair color. She's my type of gal."
When I got to meet her, I literally freaked out. I was like, Gina. I was like, Gina. I was like, what's freaking Gina? Like, I freaked. I was like, I was talking about Gina.
Jess M, who is helping with questions in my ear, was saying that actually today an article just came out in People magazine about Shuby meeting your girlfriend in real life and how it has solidified you as friends. There was also another article about the real life Mercedes and Adam and what it was like for them. And everyone, I was going to say this before, but obviously tomorrow, Shuby will be on with Nicole and I at 6 p.m. Eastern here, taking your questions. But I'm
definitely going to tune in.
You have to tune in.
I have to.
You definitely.
And Shuby's a big brother fan, Eric. He knows who I am.
I know, but we should record. Crazy? It is amazing. We should record a video question from Seaburn before he, I mean, not now, we'll do it when we go off. We'll record like a video question, which would be fun. But anyway, we're working on getting the real life Mercedes and Adam to come on here and talk what it is like for them, which I think will be fun. That being said, Seaburn.
He's actually really cool.
I can't wait. Final question for you from our town. Is there something that you learned about yourself coming out of this experience that you didn't know about yourself before you started playing this game?
Well, I look at it like this, right? The circle did exactly what it was designed to do. And that is, take individuals who have really strong characteristics and, make them stronger so that they can really play this game. And it really gave you this sense of self and knowledge of, who you want to be coming back into the world and how you want to conduct yourself. And it was like, it was a real revelation because it also allowed you to just be you and be the best version of you possible. And it was like, you want to always make sure that if you're being the best version of you possible, you can take that energy out and give love back to everyone else, because you have such a immense knowledge of self.
Well, you are putting out lots of love, Seaburn, and you have hundreds and hundreds of people who were here watching you live. Questions for you. I want to give you full screen to say whatever it is you want to say to all of your fans who came out to watch you tonight.
Guys, thank you for, just the genuine love and the support that you've shown to the show. Not only that, the genuine love and support that you've shown to me and Sammy / Rebecca. I just want to thank you guys for everything, and, for tuning in and becoming fans, and, just know that it's not the end. It's only the beginning for, bigger, better, more funny, and more creativity. It's coming.
I love it. Now, for those who couldn't get to that, me and Eric didn't get to your questions, where can people follow you on social media so that they can keep the conversation going with you? Let's start with Twitter.
All right. So for Twitter, I am under Seaburn Williams 1. So you can follow me at Seaburn Williams 1. And I definitely get to my Twitter questions and I answer them all. Literally, I get to all of them. Because, I don't have that many people on Twitter, which is amazing. Right. But, for everyone that does have a question, just shoot it down at my Twitter and I'll get right back to you quick.
And what about Instagram?
Instagram is officially Seaburn. On Instagram, you'll see me with the blue check next to my name. So I'm there.
Like this?
You can also,
like that.
Yeah, look, I'm an influencer.
Yes,
And now you get to pick which one of us to block.
All right. I'm sorry, Eric. You are a...
Well, now we're not going to the strip club. So, yeah. Well,
so it's a win all around then.
Is it, Nicole? Is it?
Because nobody wants to see egg shooting.
Nobody wants to see that shit.
Nobody wants to see no booty eggs.
Okay, now that the show is over, I feel like I have to explain this. It's not coming out of the booty, Seaburn.
Listen, it sounded like it was coming out the butt. Like,
nope.
But
nope. Nah.
I don't want it coming out of
any hole.
Oh.
Thanks to Nicole, I learned there was 3 holes, but this is not appropriate.
Oh my God!
Let's move.
Wait a minute. Wait, we are not going to bypass that. There was 3.
Yeah, of course. I thought that the pee came out of the main one. The axe wound. I thought the pee came out of the axe wound.
I'm going to come out and say this. Women do not pee out of their vaginas. I'm sorry. Sorry to break it to you guys, but now you know.
You really didn't know that either? You learning this too?
All separate, baby.
I was this years old when I learned that.
Seaburn, I'm a little
You're welcome. Health lessons by Nicole.
I mean, I got an excuse, Seaburn. What's yours?
I'm a man.
Well, Seaburn, we love you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your night to come here and talk to your fans. I know
absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. It was so much fun. So much fun. That's why I told you I cleared my schedule to come and do this. I was ready to play ball.
Well, we love you. Nicole, final thoughts?
I love you. You're so funny and you're amazing.
All right, everybody.
Thanks for allowing me to have fun. Like, I've had so much fun with you guys.
Well, don't go anywhere. We're just going to say goodbye to Chat. Chat, we love you guys.
Bye,
and we will see you all back here tomorrow night with Shuby. Bye for now, everybody.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Well, that about wraps up the show with Seaburn. Don't forget, tomorrow we are live with Shuby, and I'm probably sure now that I've announced our catfishing show plans, get ready to see them on everyone else's shows too. So that's just, you know, I don't know. Maybe I left that part in the show, or maybe I edited it out. What am I talking about? It doesn't matter. Just make sure that you follow us on social media so you can see us when we're funny and shady and sincere. You guys sharing our stuff on social media is such a great way to help support our shows. Put them in places that you think people might like them. Tell your friends, your family. It is such a big help, as is thumbsing up and subscribing on YouTube, hitting the bell so you're alerted when a new video posts, commenting on our videos, or leaving a 5-star rating and a nice review where you listen to podcasts. Of course, you can financially help support the shows by becoming a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron, or doing a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal. We got about one more week of postseason circle interviews for you guys, and then we are going to start on our next group of shows. As long as you guys keep supporting and sharing. You keep supporting and sharing, and then Nicole and I will keep creating and creating. Deal? It is a contract. And go. See you guys a little more with Chibi. Bye.